What do Prime, Terramana Tequila, Feastables, and Max Jerky all have in common? They're all influencer products. Influencer products have taken the world by storm, and I'm on a mission to turn each of them into a gourmet dish. For the taste test, the godfather of steak YouTube will be trying each of these dishes to see if he can guess which product goes with each dish, and to see if they taste good at all. This should be quite the challenge. Let's get started. First things first, we gotta see what we're working with and give these products a shot. And we'll start with Prime. For those who don't know, Prime is the Logan Paul KSI collaboration. So I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually tasted Prime. This is the Meta Moon flavored. Apparently it's naturally flavored.
Right, yeah.
Sort of tastes like Gatorade, a little bit sweet, not bad. The Ice Pop smells just like a Rocket Pop, actually. It is super sweet, but I'd give that a solid like 7. Orange. Tropical Punch, Strawberry Watermelon, Blue Raspberry. They're all blending. Lemon Lime. This is my favorite. Overall, pretty impressed. Tibby is just lounging. What is it? Next up, we have Mr. Beast with Feastables. So we all know Mr. Beast. He's known for being the king of YouTube, and he's launched his own chocolate company. We're gonna start here with the milk chocolate. Maybe I'm just really hungry, but I'd give that a solid 8 out of 10. Next up, we have the Crunch Bar. This to me is a solid 8.5 out of 10. And next up we have Terramana Tequila, AKA The Rock's new tequila brand. My agent's been speaking with The Rock's agent, and he's actually coming to the studio. Yo, what's up, man? They're way bigger than I was expecting. How do we get these freaking eyes on? It is a huge honor to have The Rock here. Let's try these tequilas. So I'm not gonna act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to tasting tequila, but we'll start here with the Blanco, which is the cheapest. Whew, that is smooth. Next up, we have the Reposado. Tastes like tequila. And last but not least, we have the Añejo. This is whiskey barrel rested. Ooh, I'm a fan. Rock, do you want some? Just a little pour. You happy? And last but certainly not least, we have Max Jerky. So this is what I like to call the epitome of a biased review because, as some of you may know, this is my jerky company. But either way, we're gonna give them a shot. Start here with the Montreal. Oh yeah. It honestly tastes like the perfect maple bacon breakfast. That's a 10. Sichuan Chili Crisp. This is actually chicken jerky. That is a 10. Next up, the buffalo chicken. Believe it or not, this is actually my favorite flavor. That is a 10. And last but not least, we have the barbecue. Once again, that is a 10. I got my sugar high, I'm hydrated, got my protein for the day, and I'm drunk. So you know what that means. It is time to figure out what influencer product is going with each dish. My thought is we'll do an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a drink. We have our sorting hat. We're gonna give it a little mix. We'll start with the appetizer.
Gryffindor!
Max Jerky. Next up, the entree. Feastables, okay. Next up, the dessert. Gonna be honest, I have pretty much zero experience making desserts in general. No clue how I'm gonna do it with tequila. And that of course means Prime will be our drink. Okay, our dishes have been chosen. Let's get started. All right, I'm gonna be honest, guys. This is way more of a challenge than I was expecting. It starts with the appetizer. We need to use Max Jerky. Let me tell you the plan. So I went to Alaska recently and had this incredible XO sauce made by my buddy Chef Byron. XO sauce is essentially a sauce that has multiple types of meat in it. So that's what we're gonna make, and we're gonna pair it with some salmon that I actually caught in Alaska. So there's 3 primary ingredients that go into an XO sauce: dried shrimp, dried scallops, and some pork. For the pork, we are gonna use the Montreal Maple Max Jerky. I've never made XO sauce in my entire life, but let's do it. The first thing we need to do is blend up our ingredients. This is dried shrimp that I've rehydrated in water. We're gonna pulse a few times. Next up, we have our dried scallops. And for our final protein, we are of course using bacon burnt ends, and we'll just chop these up into little bacon bit sized pieces. And that right there should be just about perfect. I managed to choose probably the most complicated sauce recipe. We're gonna heat up some oil and in with the bacon burnt ends. Now we'll go in with the scallops. We'll add in the shrimp, we have our shallots, a whole bunch of ginger, and garlic. Now we'll add in some chili flakes. Next, we'll add some Shaoxing cooking wine. Just deglaze the pan, chicken stock, soy sauce, oyster sauce, brown sugar, and some star anise. We'll get this up to a simmer and let it keep cooking. I think this is just about perfect. And for the salmon carpaccio, all we'll do is take our slices. Feeling like a sushi master right now. And just like that, it is time to assemble our salmon carpaccio. Gonna give our XO sauce a little taste. So much umami going on there. Kinda have to chew the sauce, but I gotta say those maple bacon burnt ends totally made it there. It gives it that little sweetness. Going right over the top, some of that delicious XO sauce. Finish it off with that dill. And that right there is dish number 1. And it is time for meal number 2, where I need to make an entree that includes Mr. Beast's Feastables. The best place to start is, of course, with a giant Wagyu tomahawk. And big shout out to Emilio and Howard from Grand Western Steaks. And as you can see, the marbling on this thing is just perfect. So here's the thing. I'm cooking this for a meat master, so we're gonna keep the seasonings very simple. Start with some salt, black pepper, and that was actually the first time right there. Of course, we're gonna season our steak with some chocolate. I feel like we gotta go crunch, a little bit of texture. This feels wrong. Just pat that in, and we'll get both sides. We have our beautifully seasoned chocolatey steak. Let's get it on the grill. All right, guys, so here's the deal. Just covering a steak in chocolate is kind of lame. So what we're doing is making a mole sauce that includes chocolate. And fortunately, it's extremely simple to make with only a few ingredients. It's time to embark on a sauce making journey that'll probably take me about 2 hours to make. Let's get saucy. Start by frying the chilies, then into a pot of water. Fry up the peanuts. Fry up your almonds. Frying raisins, animal crackers, bread, corn tortilla, onion, garlic, plantains, anise, clove, peppercorn, coriander, cumin seed, crushed red pepper. In that goes. Adding our cinnamon, bouillon cube. It is finally time to add our chocolate. We'll need 2 ounces, and I'm using Feastables Original. Add this to our pot. To that same pot, chicken stock. Nothing like some chicken stock and chocolate. Time to blend our pot of goop. Thin it down with some chicken stock and the sesame seeds. And blend. I have a feeling I'll be seeing something just like this in 6-12 hours. Add the sludge to a pan. Adding our chicken broth chocolate combination and just adding in some brown sugar. All right, and our sauce has finished cooking. Honestly, it looks a little bit more like a brownie batter, and I think our steak is ready to be seared. As you can see, the color on this steak is beautiful. It's almost kind of darkened up from that chocolate. Time to sear. Our steak is complete. And this steak is absolutely smoked to perfection with that perfect crust. Let's slice her up. Just throw down some of that beautiful mole sauce. Add on our steak. Finishing it off with a little bit of smoked salt. And that right there is our Feastables Beast steak. I gotta say, it looks incredible. The real question is, will the godfather of steak agree? Our appetizer and entrees are done, and that means it is time for dessert. Full disclosure, there's a reason I call myself Max the Meat Guy, not Max the anything else. First and foremost, we are making a tequila ice cream. The plan is to make a baked Alaska. We'll add the half and half. Look at that bubble. Cardamom, star anise, cinnamon, and coffee. And we'll cook that over low heat. We'll need 2 tablespoons of the rock tequila, a pretty healthy amount of turbinado sugar, and a 1/4 cup of water. We have this nice syrupy texture on the caramel. We're gonna add that into the cream. Now we'll add some slightly caramelized honey to the mix. Next up, we'll need 6 egg yolks. And whisk for 4 to 5 minutes. To temper, we're gonna add in some of that half and half to the egg mixture. Give that a good mix, and we'll add that back in. I have to say, the smell is phenomenal. And now it is time to add some chocolate. We of course gotta use the Mr. Beast chocolate. We'll need 2.5 bars. In my head, this is gonna be very cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
And time to strain. Oh man. The ice cream base is just about complete. We're gonna finish it off with 2 more shots of tequila. One final mix with our boozy addition. That is phenomenal. This is a SeriousEats.com Kenji Lopez recipe. He makes amazing stuff, and this is no different. For the final step of our The Rock ice cream, we have our ice cream maker. Time to add our base. Gotta be honest, guys, this is not working very well. It's been 30 minutes. We are still very liquidy, but I do have an idea. My plan is to pour this liquid into a bowl very similar to the shape of the final dish. I'm gonna freeze it overnight, restart tomorrow, see what happens. Hopefully it works. Time to pop this in the freezer, and I will see you bright and early. Well, it is bright and early, and I gotta say, I feel amazing, but I wish I had better news because this ice cream is not looking too hot. It's certainly more solidified, but putting my finger on there, it feels more like fudge than ice cream. But at this point, we're going with what we got. I told you guys I'm not a dessert specialist, but I did bake this cake off camera, and it is extremely moist. Layer 1, cake. So for our baked Alaska, layer 2 is our ice cream situation. On top of the cake. This thing is just melting by the second, but we have a meringue, which apparently we need to throw over the top. Keep the tape rolling. And the final touch, we need to torch our meringue. All right, well, visually, it honestly doesn't look that bad, but it's time to slice open our The Rock Tequila Baked Alaska. That right there, it's probably the first dessert I've made in about 5 years. So the plan is to bring this to the godfather of steak. Hopefully it doesn't completely defrost by then, but it doesn't look pretty, but my God, that is good. We've made it to our last and final dish. We're gonna try to turn prime gourmet. But I was thinking, you know, we've been through quite a bit in this video. Instead of trying to get too fancy with it, my goal is to make the ultimate prime drink by literally combining all of them. Do 1 shot of strawberry watermelon. Ice pop, lemon lime, meta moon, blue raz, orange, tropical punch. Add some ice. To be honest, I've always wanted to do this. And that right there is our prime mocktail. I have got to go for a taste of this. Wow, that tastes like absolute. With all 4 of our incredible dishes complete, time for the taste test. Finally made it. I really hope this dessert is still looking good. We are in trouble. Guga! All right, and it is finally time to eat. Very happy to be here.
Man, I'm happier than you. You brought me food.
What we have in front of us are 4 beautiful dishes. We have an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a drink. Now, here's the thing about taste testing on YouTube. Kind of like set up, the other person knows what they're eating, but this time it is a complete, genuine reaction. Guga has no idea what's going on here, but I will give you one hint. All of these dishes were made with influencer products. I think we should start with the appetizer.
Caramelized onions with salmon, is that what that is? Cheers, everybody. Strong, tastes pretty good.
Any potential guesses what is inside of that? For example, like what does that little nub look like to you?
Poop. That could literally be anything. And what does it taste like? Let's see. Jerky? No, it ain't jerky because your jerky tastes a lot better than that.
This here is an XO sauce. There's shrimp, there's scallops, and there's jerky.
Really?
This one uses the bacon burnt ends.
Your jerky is so much better by itself. It doesn't need the sauce, Max. Oh, Max, you went hard on this mole. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
That tastes delicious. Immediately you hit so many spices as soon as you're taking each individual bite. Did you use Mexican chocolate?
Not Mexican chocolate, but I did use chocolate.
Is it Mr. Beast's chocolate?
Hey!
His chocolate is very good.
I'm very impressed with you.
I am more impressed that you made mole from scratch. What am I judging here? The box cake? Cheers, everybody.
Have you ever heard of a baked Alaska?
Yeah, of course. Oh, that's what you try to make. Oh, Max, did not look like that at all. If I'm judging the influencer product, I guess alcohol, is it proper 12?
Way closer than I was expecting.
Don't tell me it's from The Rock Tequila.
What?
Is it?
This is unbelievable.
Or the Terramata Tequila. How do you say that?
Terramana,
Yeah, there you go.
He even knows the brand.
Yo, The Rock, we want to make a video together with you and Max and me.
We are on to our final dish. It is a mocktail.
I really know.
Wow.
I know immediately.
Really?
Yeah, you used prime. That artificial taste and that artificial sugar. Number 1 lesson, Max. Are you ready?
Yep.
Do not put any stuff additional to your jerky. There's no need. It's already great the way it is.
The second thing we learned here is that Guga apparently has the most incredible palate. Big thank you to Guga, the godfather of steak YouTube. Make sure to check out his channel. He makes some incredible videos. We've done a few awesome videos together recently as well.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button.
We'll see you next time.
Take care, everybody.